Today on the channel, we return once again to Marvel Legends with Marvel Legends Puff Adder Build-A-Figure Wave, Wonder Man, and the Orb.
The spirit of Olympian Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today from the Puff Adder Wave, we've got the Orb and we've got Wonder Man. But for all your Wonder Man and Orb needs, and including everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, anything over $59 does ship free. But we're back to the Marvel Legends. Feels like we've had a little bit of a break from Marvel Legends figures and now starting to ramp up again. We just had a recent live stream with tons of product to come. So it is going to be a very busy 2023 for the Marvel Legends team, it sounds like, with all kinds of different figures from all different kind of teams and everything else this year. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews, like we do here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start off with old Wonder Man here. Oh, looking stylish. Old Wonder Man. And Wonder Man was an interesting one. I always remember from his time, I believe, what was it, the West Coast Avengers, when I was a kid reading comics. He didn't quite look like this, though, and we'll do some comparisons later on in this video, is when I close my eyes at night, like most of us do, and we think of Wonder Man before we go to sleep, for me, this isn't what I think of, but there's a lot of people, this is their defining Wonder Man, so I understand that. But for me, this isn't my defining Wonder Man. This is always one I saw back in the day in older comics and back issues and things like that. I was like, man, he looks so weird. There's something about him where I just want to punch him in the face. I don't know what it is, but very cool to get this after all these years, though. And for a lot of long-time fans, long-time collectors, they've been wanting this one for a long time, as I did say. But let's take a look at the old packaging. Of course, we're plastic-free. It's all about that cardboard these days, and that's what we got with Wonder Man right here. Got the Avengers logo down low, Puff Adder Build-A-Figure Wave, Marvel Legends. Little glamour shot action. We got the checklist on the side. There is the Build-A-Figure looking really good. And then we got some of that classic artwork, that classic old school Wonder Man artwork. Looks almost like a helicopter pilot or something. He looks like he's working in Santa Barbara, getting ready to fly a helicopter. Where you want to go to? You want to cruise around the ocean? I don't know. That's what he looks like to me. Marvel Legend logo down low. Then the back, the biggest waste of a back of a packaging in the history of our great sport here. Really, really disappointed in Marvel Legends. I guess I should say Hasbro. Getting rid of the blurbage. Zero blurbs. We used to have a little bit. It wasn't the longest blurb in life, but we had a little bit of something. There is nothing anymore. How are people supposed to know what this is about? What's it represent? It gives a little bit more of a sell story to people. Maybe people that are on the cusp of buying it, they read the back and say, oh, that's pretty cool. He was a member of this Avenger team. Well, I have those. Maybe I'll pick him up. You don't get any of that. Yes, we all have cell phones. I understand you can look it up, but there's something, I think, magical and something that's really missing from current day Marvel Legends that they need to get back in the game on. Of course, you get accessories, you get the Build-A-Figure parts, you get all the jibber-jabber down there in the UPC. Nothing to talk about, nothing to look at, just pretty disappointing, actually. I always love reading the blurbs, as you guys know. There it is, old Wonder Man. See you later, goodbye. And then we get the old parchment paper prison. That's what it is. It's all about the parchment paper. It's all about the cardboard. And that's what we got right here. See you later, goodbye. Little Spider-Man style. Bam! See you later. And let's break all this stuff out. It looks like we got different accessories in here. Always got to be careful. You don't want to lose something out of one of these bags, but we do have some stuff there. All right. We got Wonder Man. Slide him out. Boom. There it is. And then, of course, the Build-A-Figure pieces. Got to get those out as well. And there it is. Parchment paper prison. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. Put Wonder Man off to the side. Of course, we will build Puff Adder at the end of the video series here. We'll build him, and then we're going to rank this entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, like we usually do with these Marvel Legend breakouts. But there's the hand and an extra hand, or arm and an extra hand. Easy for me to say. And speaking of hands, we got extra hands for Wonder Man here. So we got 2 hands for Wonder Man. He does come with 2 Fists of Fury. I always appreciate the Fists of Fury on my superheroes, so I do like that. We do have those, and then we do get the 2 gripping, kind of maniacal hands going like this hands, the claw hands, whatever you want to call it, but definitely a different change of pace from the fisted hands. No gripping hands, anything like that, but we do choose our own hand adventure, as we always do say. Then we do get 2 effect pieces here, and I'm not exactly sure what these are for. I'll have to figure that out along the way. I was wondering if they were for his glasses. No. What do these go to? I'll have to figure that out along the way. But yeah, we do get 2 little effect pieces. Could be for Puff Adder for all I know. I might have to research that. We'll throw it in the glamour shots if I can figure it out. But we get 2 little ones. right here, a little effect pieces. Always good to get some effect pieces. And I think these look almost new. Maybe not. I'm sure we've had them before, but a nice orange color to them. Looking pretty good there. Now we get down to old Wonder Man, and Wonder Man, like I say, he looks like a helicopter pilot or maybe a movie director back in the 60s and 70s. Kind of what he reminds me of here. He's got that big oversized coat going on. Pockets all over the place sculpted in. Nice big red kind of maroon color. The gold belt around there makes it really pop. Breaks up the monotony of the color. Same thing with the wristbands there being gold. Looking really nice there. He's got the blue turtleneck underneath. That just screams fancy is what those turtlenecks do. Nobody wears turtlenecks quite like they used to back in the day. In the 90s, everybody loved a good turtleneck. I think my senior picture I even wore a turtleneck for way back when. We just got the blue turtleneck underneath. We're looking really nice. Got the silver to the zipper down the middle, which also looks nice. Let's break this down. I guess let's do articulation, then we'll dive into his head. But you get the arms all the way around. Bicep cut, of course. Double jointed, pinless elbows, at least for playing some of the hits. But much like, who was it? Wasn't it Red Skull and maybe somebody else? But they had very similar elbows to this. That double jointed elbow, I really like it, but that just looks so awkward and weird. A very strange articulation there, and it does take my eye away from the sculpt, that's for sure. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands, of course, going to be removable. The wristbands do come off if you take the hands off, so be careful on that. Do got a nice waist cut on this guy. I love that the belt really hides that waist cut. That looks really, really good there. And I think I found the spot here for the effect pieces. Looks like they go right there on the side of the belt. Oh boy, they're kind of hard to get in there too. Uh-oh, just threw one on the floor. That's going to be fun to find. But you do got a little spot on the bottom of the belt here where those can go into. But boy, oh boy, it's a game of small hands. You got to have really delicate small hands in there to put those in. We have to play it. There we go. So you can put those right in there on the side. So that's where they go. So I couldn't remember that, but I did. I knew I'd find it eventually. So you can put those there. But a nice waist here, and you even got a little bit of a ratchet noise. We usually don't get that with Legends, so that's a very tight joint at the waist. I'm here for that. He can do a decent split, but the skirt, or I guess his coat, a little bit limiting factor there. We do get the thigh cut, which I do love. The thigh cut's just a hair above the end of the skirt, the coat. So it's nice and hidden there. That looks really good. Then you do get the double jointed pinless knees. Once again, kind of a weird break in the angle. Has to do a little bit with the puffy MC Hammer pants. He was a forerunner Wonder Man here with the MC Hammer type pants down here. Looking really nice though. Does look good. And then you get the boot cut. Once again, hidden very nice in between there. Love that. And then the ankles back and forth side to side. So usual Marvel Legends articulation here. A very good looking figure as far as Wonder Man goes. I mean, this looks just like the comic book back in the day. So I have no problems with how this looks, even if it's not the most iconic version that I think of. Getting down to the head here, very almost Scott Summers or Clark Kent-like in the head. I guess if you pulled the glasses off, you could really convince people, oh, it's a Superman head or something. I mean, you could play that, but the glasses here are not removable. That does change the piece a lot, but if he had brown hair, you could almost say this is Cyclops without his visor on. He's just got his protective glasses here. We got the nice kind of rose-colored glasses, looking very, very Hollywood director and stuff. Just a really, really good look to him here. But does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? That is the million-dollar question. And what do you know? He fits on the Mattel stand. Yes, it's got to be Mattel. Fits perfectly right there. So head on over to Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on these stands. Spend your money on your figures, not your stands. So there's Wonder Man looking good. But I talked about earlier versions of Wonder Man. And when I close my eyes at night and I think of Wonder Man, this is more of what I think of as far as Wonder Man. My comic reading time, I didn't read a lot of Avengers, West Coast Avengers, things like that. I dabbled, of course, the Infinity Gauntlet, things like that, some of the crossover stuff. But when I think of Wonder Man, this is where my mind goes. This is what I think of here. But still very, very cool looking. And like I said earlier, for all those that really, this is their Wonder Man, I'm very happy they finally got that after all these years. So not a bad figure. It's going to be interesting to see where he lands in the final lineup in the final video of this series. But now we turn over to the one that I was the most excited for of the whole set. Very excited for this one, and this is a bit of a deep cut character, of course, in the Ghost Rider kind of pantheon of villains and stuff. I think he's feuded with Spider-Man a few times as well, but it is the Orb here, a deep cut character, but I appreciate the deep cuts. As much as we love the Iron Man, Captain Americas of the world, Spider-Man, we need stuff like this to bring it home every once in a while. This is just a goofy, crazy figure. Love the looks of it, but will it hold up when we get out of the package? Let's find out. Once again, no plastic prison, all cardboard. Got the Avengers logo down there, I guess trying to keep it all Avengers wave, I guess. And I'm sure he's had a couple of scuffles with the Avengers over the years. But cool artwork there on the front, looking really nice. It's an artwork business these days, I guess, over figures. Same cross-sell we saw earlier with Wonder Man, Puff Adder, Build-A-Figure. We'll be building him on the channel. And there it is on the side. You get the orb, looking good in some artwork. And then the back, once again, no blur, bunch of jibber-jabber, UPCs, Build-A-Figure parts. He does come with a weapon. And then you get the figure there. So not a lot going on in the packaging. Just really disappointed. I do miss the packaging part. Where we talk about it a lot is this video, the videos I do, it's all about the figures, but it's about the packaging too. I get enjoyment of the whole process. I get enjoyment finding it in the store or getting it in my mailbox. There's enjoyment there. There's enjoyment looking at the packaging, reading the packaging, seeing how it's packed. I enjoy that kind of stuff as well, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. But there it is, the orb. See you later. But I gotta tell you, and like you guys know, a lot of that fun is gone now with this new packaging process. See you later. Up high, coming back like a boomerang, Spider-Man style. Bam. See you later. Let's get these Build-A-Figure pieces out. There it is. Nothing else in there. Bam. See you later. Times 3. Oh, got a little piece of cardboard. See you later. Goodbye. Build-A-Figure pieces, same thing we saw with Wonder Man. It's got the other arm. So you got the other arm in the other hand. Choose your own hand adventure on Puff Adder. Then we get the orb here, doing orb things. There it is. He's an orb. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. All right, only one accessory piece here for the orb, and you got like a futuristic ray gun type thing. And I believe, I could be mistaken, but there was a Hasbro Pulse live stream, let's call it 6 months ago. What is time? But I believe they showed this off as a teaser, maybe an Easter egg. I could be wrong on that. But definitely a futuristic weapon. And I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, first time in the line here, you could put an effect piece in there, which I do like that a lot. Looking really good, looking very futuristic, looking very silver, looking good for the orb. Now we get down to the old main event, we get down to the orb here, and a little bit disappointing, gotta say. We're using old body molds once again. We really want some updates on stuff. I understand getting the most out of your molds, but some of these molds, we've gotten our money out of it. Let's move on to something fresh, and the orb doesn't feel as fresh. And unfortunately, the first thing I noticed too is those gummy elbow joints. Much like AEW Jazzwares figures way back when, those are extremely loose. If you give this to a kid, yes, I'm an adult. Yes, there's adults doing this, watching this video, but there's some kids. Shout out to you kids out there. I can just see a little 7, 8-year-old kid having this, playing with it, and bam, snapping that elbow right off. And they can't have that, especially at these new price points they got. That's just a mistake waiting to happen. So a little gummier than I would like on the joints. Of course, the pinless elbows, pinless knees are not here. That is disappointing as well. We're at the point where we need to convert everything over to that point. Not happening here with the orb. But one thing we do got brand new is a new head sculpt, and this thing is wild and crazy. Talk about it all the time in my action figure reviews. There are certain figures that are just showstoppers. Somebody's checking out your collection, seeing your collection for the first time. This is one of those figures that draws somebody's eyes. Whoa, what is up with that guy? So very, very cool. Big eyeball there, big blue eye, got the red veins on the side. Looking really, really nice. I figured this would feel like a marble, very smooth. It doesn't quite feel that way. But it definitely looks very, very cool. It's very, very striking. There's definitely something you take notice to. His head does go down just a little bit, goes up a little bit, but limited by the collar here. He's got the big old 70s collar going on. You do get the side-to-side, can't go all the way around, but a little bit limited there, but it's okay. It's a crazy big eye. But it does look good. Arm's going to go all the way around. We do get the double jointed, arms go all the way around. You do get a bicep cut, traditional. You do get double jointed elbows. However, like I said, they are pinned and they are limited because you do got the big forearm guard right here, the big old cuff links, whatever you want to call it on him. He's got hands back and forth, no extra hands with him. He does got the trigger hand here for his weapon. That makes sense. Traditional ab crunch right there, back and forth. So we do have that. Waist articulation. He can do those big old orb splits. If he needs to hop onto his motorcycle and get rolling away, he can do that. You get the thigh cut, a little bit loose on that thigh. It's a little looser than I would like it to be. You get double jointed knees right there. Once again, you do got pins in there. You got the boot cut. You got the ankles back and forth, up and down. You got the big old 70s style kind of boot covers up here. You got a nice belt, utility belt for him, all kinds of pockets. Mr. Orby Pockets is what he should be called. You got the hole in the back, of course. Many bucks have been used with this thing. We've seen this body mold tons of times. Sometimes you use this, sometimes you don't. But the really cool thing is the very Evel Knievel-like outfit he's got here. This reminds me of Evel Knievel, and I don't know about people older than me really got their enjoyment of Evel Knievel. Much like Andy Kaufman. I love Andy Kaufman. I loved Evel Knievel. A little bit before my time, just a generation before, but I got to watch reruns. I got to watch tapes, things like that, checking out at movie stores. And I loved watching Andy Kaufman stuff, but I also love to watch Evel Knievel stuff. Evel Knievel, extremely cool, way ahead of his time. Just a crazy dude. There's tons of documentaries on him. If you've never seen any Evel Knievel, man, you're missing out. Watch some of that. He did have a museum. I think it was down in Topeka, Kansas, and I've been trying to get down there for work. That's a work area I need to go down to. It's just stars haven't aligned for me, but I need to. But I heard that might be moving to Las Vegas. Not really sure, but I need to see that Evel Knievel museum one of these days. But I just love it. You got the red and the blue and the stars, just very Evel Knievel-like. And of course, the orb, I guess, is most known as a Ghost Rider villain. He does ride a motorcycle, things like that. So very fitting, of course, the orb fighting a Ghost Rider, a guy with a flaming skull and a guy with a head as an eye. So it makes a lot of sense, I guess, to have those guys feuding against each other. But a very, very good-looking figure. A little gummy on the joints. That is a negative. And then, of course, this old body style. We need to get rid of this. It's time to get rid of it with the new price point increases, things like that. It's time for the new bodies to take over and retire some of these, but we're apparently not there. But besides that, the eyeball is the winner here. Absolutely love this. Going to stand out. I still like this figure, but does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use the Mattel stands, as I always say, and use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Fits very well on there. But I did grab Ghost Rider here. First Ghost Rider I saw in my collection, so we're going to put those guys side by side so we can have them square off here at the table. So there's the orb, and of course there's Wonder Man, and then there's Ghost Rider, and then there's Wonder Man. So there it is. An interesting start to the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure wave. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Let's be honest here. But I do like these newer characters. Wonder Man we've had before, but the orb, brand new. Love some newness in a line. That's always a fun time. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? What are your thoughts on these two? What version of Wonder Man is your Wonder Man when you close your eyes at night? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell so you guys know we got videos every single day and then some. Got even more content, bonus content, exclusive content, and your best way to support the channel over on the old Patreon. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and then don't forget social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Orb and the Wonder Man, I'm the Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.